All right, this is the week 2 recap of, let's see, college football week 2, NFL week 1. Last week we lost 14 units, and we had, I think it was like 8 or 9 slips go, 3 or 4. I said that the odds that that happens again, very low. Well, little did I know. All right, so we're going to go through everything before we get into the 3 or 4 slips, like the slips that went 3 or 4. We had, let me give you all a rundown of the slips that we had. We had 28 slips. We had 2 2-unit slips. So 30 units were played. We won a 10x slip. And we should have won a 6x slip, but they didn't give it to us. I'll go through that one later. So we lost 20 units. 20 units. So we're now down 34 units to start the football season. Painful? Yes. Am I worried? Not really. But we'll go through it. This will be a longer video, so... yeah, grab food or whatever. But yeah, let's start going through the slips. I thought, hang on, we'll come back to NFL. I want to start with college football. Actually, real quick though, if you're a free play person and you tailed all our free plays, you actually made money because we gave out like 6 free plays. And the 10x slip hit, and then our other 6x slip hit. So I don't know how the fuck free plays made more money than us in premium, but congratulations, I guess. That shit is crazy. But anyways... premium should have made so much fucking money. I can't even explain it. Like, dude. Let me scroll to the bottom here. Hold on. Okay. To start off, here is our 2-unit slip. Fucking 3 of 4. All these slips I'm about to show you are 3 of 4. We had 20 other slips that aren't on here. But literally... So here's the thing. If 2 out of these 10 slips I have on here hit, we break even unless it's a 2-unit one, then we make money. Let me see. I'm trying to see how many targets Jonte Cook had real quick, actually. I'm pulling it up real quick up here on the side. Yeah, I literally said that the odds that we had this many slips go 3 or 4 again is very low, and I absolutely ate my fucking words. Okay, so Jonte Cook had 4 targets this week in 4 receptions. So he caught all of his targets this week. But last week he had 10 targets. And yet his quarterback threw for like 400 yards. I don't know. I don't know how a starting wide receiver gets 33 yards whenever his quarterback has 45. 45 or 450, sorry. 450 passing yards and a starting wide receiver has 33 yards. Not even just a starting wide receiver. He's a wide receiver 1 or wide receiver 2, whatever. It actually blows my mind. We're playing fucking UConn and we can't get 59 yards. Anyways, I just wanted to pull that one up. This was a 2-unit play. If this play hits, we literally break even on the week. That's it. One play, we had 28. We had 28 slips. If this one play hits, we break even with our other slip that hit, with the 10x slip that hit. So we had 2. If we had 2 slips that hit, we break even, and then you have all these other ones that that you're sweating for more money. I'll go through the entire math behind this shit and all that in a second at the end, or towards the end of this video, but I just want to go through these slips because it's genuinely invigorating and I can't get over them until I go through them, and then I move on. Once I move on, I'm good. But this was a 2-unit play. I mean, if you look at this, everybody cashed with fucking ease. Emmett Johnson, 138 rushing yards. John Mateer, 19 yards longest rush. Harrison Wallace, 117 yards. I don't understand why the books haven't acclimated for Harrison Wallace being the wide receiver that he is, but he is so fucking good. I don't know how he was at 47.5 yards. If he's at this line again, I'm taking him. But yeah, Jonte Cook, thank you, bro. Really appreciate it. So that was a 2-unit to win 20-unit slip. This was a regular 1-unit to win 10. Cam Ross had 10 catches last week. This week he fucking gets 40 yards against NC State. Also, in this game, fucking Virginia just stopped throwing the football in the second half. I don't know why. Because they lost the fucking game. I don't know why they were winning and then they went away from what was winning them the football game, started running the ball. And then you lose the game because you're running the football. It literally doesn't make any fucking sense. Hang on, let me look how many targets Cam Ross had this week. Okay. He had 9 targets this week. He had 9 targets last week, had 124 yards. This week he has the same amount of targets and gets 40. I don't know how a slot wide receiver gets 40 yards on 9 targets, but it happens, I guess. So yeah, that happened. Trent Walker cashed easily. Edrin had a good game. Edrin was the wide receiver 1, which makes sense because I said this. So him being lower than Cam Ross didn't make any sense to me, but I think Trell Harris, the wide receiver 3, had more yards than Cam Ross. I don't know. Maybe we go Trell Harris and Edrin, but if we do that, then I don't know. But that was very, very, very frustrating. You have 9 targets and can't get 53 yards. Trent Walker is going to continue to cash us out. We will continue to take him. Chandler Morris, he did what he was supposed to. Obviously, he cashed. I just don't understand why Tony Elliott started running the fucking football in the second half because he just lost them the game. This was the slip that we were supposed to get 6x for. Michael Trigg did not fucking play in the second half, and it clearly states in Dabble's thing, if you get injured and don't play in the second half, then he's a reboot. So he should have been rebooted and played in we should have got 6x. Also, I said Josh Cameron is by far Baylor's best wide receiver, and he had 4 targets last week, and I was like, he's going to have a fucking huge game. And dude dropped 150 yards, and his line's 49.5. Like, what the fuck, dude? I'm telling you, these fucking lines never make any sense. And then we have to have Dabble not help us out by rebooting a player that they say they always will reboot if he doesn't play in the second half. So, rare Dabble L. That's a very rare Dabble L. I don't know how... I guess what they were trying to say is that the coach took him out of the game. And so it was a coaching decision and not an injury just because he played all the way up to the end of the first half. Brother, he had 38 receiving yards in the first half. Why would the fucking coach take him out of the fucking game? And then on Twitter, everyone's saying he's injured. So I'm actually very pissed off at Dabble for this, especially because of all the other shit that's happened this week. But Sawyer Robertson, if his line is under 300 yards for the rest of the season, I will be fucking surprised. Baylor just chucks the football. That's all they do. And they have a good running back too. But their group of wide receivers and Sawyer Robertson are so good that they literally are just going to chuck the ball. Actually, their running back had 31 carries this week, and Sawyer Robertson still threw the ball 50 times. So we're going to continue to take Baylor every week pretty much, probably, unless it's like bad weather. But I'm going to take Baylor every week. I probably should take them in more slips than this, and that's on me for not, but... I don't know. This should have been 6x. We got robbed. Moving on to Jonte Cook again. Actually, Jonte Cook has cost us 30 units now. I didn't even realize that he cost us this slip. Yeah, okay. So Jonte Cook owes us 30 units. So if Jonte Cook cashes, we make 10 units this week if one fucking player cashes. Or 10 units. I don't know what I just said, actually. But, damn, that hurts. Jaden Higgins, I told everybody this line made no fucking sense. CJ Stroud didn't even have that good of a game. I don't even know if he threw for like more than 150 yards. But I don't know how the fuck you put a 6'5 wide receiver 2 at 16.5 receiving yards. That doesn't make any fucking sense. And I told everybody that was my play of the week on last fucking Thursday or some shit. I don't know. It's before Christian Kirk got announced out. Jaden Higgins was their leading wide receiver yesterday. That's hilarious. He was their leading wide receiver. But yeah, I'm not going to go through Jonte Cook. We already knew what happened. I already yapped enough about him. Daryl Gill, however the fuck you say his name. Great game. Steve Angeli, 400. Yeah, it's the starting quarterback had 417 yards, and the wide receiver 2 can't get 55. So make that make sense. Oh God, I don't even want to look at this slip. This slip is fucking disgusting. Justin Herbert, Ladd McConkey, easy. Mekhi Lemon had fucking 100 yards in the first quarter, and Omega Blake is playing Arkansas State. It's not even his fault. Let me pull this up for y'all. The starting quarterback for Arkansas, Taylor Green, he's very good, don't get me wrong. Dude decided to turn to a running back against Arkansas State for some reason instead of throwing the football. Don't know why. Don't know why we're running the football as a quarterback against Arkansas State, but we are. 9 carries for 151 yards as a fucking quarterback. What are we doing? Omega Blake had 5 catches. I don't even know how many targets he had. I wasn't watching this game, I will not lie. But if he had more than... Hang on. I'm pulling it up. He had 6 targets. So he caught 5 of 6 targets, which is actually really good. But only 64 yards to show for it. But I don't know. I actually really don't understand how he didn't get 68 yards. 4 yards short. He didn't play in the fourth quarter. He got taken out in the third quarter. He had 64 yards in the third quarter. Clearly a blowout, but I did the same with Mekhi Lemon. I knew it was going to be a blowout, but I figured the starting wide receiver, the best wide receiver on the team, is going to get more than the line before he gets taken out, which Mekhi Lemon had 100 yards in the first quarter. I thought Omega Blake would kind of be like the same, but it didn't happen. Instead, he just chokes by 4 yards. Herbert goes over by 78 yards, 80 yards, whatever the fuck that line is. A ton of yards. He goes over. McConkey gets there. Mateer showed out. Deion Burks had a hell of a game. Their wide receiver 2 only gets 36 yards. I can pull up how many targets he had, actually. I actually am really interested in this because I need to... This is good to keep in mind for the next moving on weeks. So he had 4 targets. I don't know how a wide receiver 2 only gets 4 targets, but he did. He caught 3 of them for 36 yards. The week before, he had 11 targets for 119 yards. I wasn't thinking he was going to get 11 targets again, but I sure as hell think he would get more than 4. He still almost got there, too. So aggravating. Apparently, he was open on like one of the last plays, too. And Mateer didn't throw it to him, but... Kevin Coleman, I literally said one of the best wide receivers coming out of Mississippi State last year. Good transfer from Missouri. Triples his fucking line. I mean, there's just, like, almost all of these players are clearing their line by double. Literally. Except for, like, the one leg that would miss. And then we had this. Oh, God, this game was disgusting. Then I thought the college football 3 of 4s, I was like, all right, can't happen in the NFL. I was fucking terribly wrong. We had, I think, like, maybe 8 slips in the NFL, and 4 of them went 3 of 4. And Njoku, oh, here's the thing that pissed me off with this game. Look at the Browns versus Bengals. And here's the thing. I know that Harold Fannon's a dog because he was my favorite tight end coming out of college football this year. The backup tight end has 7 catches for 63 yards. And David Njoku only gets 3 catches for 37. I don't know how the fuck that's possible, but the backup tight end doubled the starting tight end's line. And the starting tight end still had 37 yards. Joe Flacco does what Joe Flacco does. I said he was going to chuck the ball. They did. Judy caught there in like the last quarter. Stephon Diggs looked really good with Drake May. Njoku just got outplayed by Harold Fannin. Maybe I should have known to take Harold Fannin. His line was at like 11.5, I think, and he had 67 yards. So, I don't know. That's on me, I guess. Jaden Higgins, cash. We took him again. This doesn't make any fucking sense. How does the top 2 wide receivers, not wide receivers, but receivers, because Trey McBride's the tight end. How do the top 2 receivers get their fucking line and the starting quarterback doesn't? That makes no sense. I've never seen that before. Every time that these 2 cash, the quarterback cashes. Most of the time it's like the quarterback and the wide receiver cash, but then like maybe the other one doesn't. I've never seen it to where both his wide receivers cash and he doesn't. And it's not even close. He's 60 yards off. Plus he had 120 in the first half. And then Arizona goes full run game and he has 40 yards passing in the second. And then this was a free play. This probably pissed y'all off because I gave this out for free. Judy 5 catches. Drake London gets injured in the third or early fourth quarter. I don't know. Penix had like a 70-yard passing drive. Drake London definitely would have caught 20 yards of it if he was healthy. But instead he's on the sideline with a hurt shoulder. So Egbuka looked great in his first game. I said Egbuka was going to have a great game. He had 2 touchdowns, 67 yards. Probably Baker's favorite target in that game, actually. Mike Evans, I think I think he had a decent game, but I didn't take him. I didn't take Baker either, thankfully, because Baker didn't even throw that well. But Penix looked great. Drake London had 15 targets, actually. I don't know how the fuck you get 55 yards on 15 targets, but they managed to. Normally when somebody gets 15 targets, they have like a 100-yard game. Not Drake London. Drake London has 55. Also, he had 8 receptions. How do you have 55 yards on 8 receptions? This one pissed me off because he got injured. But what pissed me off is he should have cashed before because he had 15 targets. So yeah, that was frustrating. And then same thing here. I thought this was a rarity whenever these two, the wide receivers, cash and the quarterback doesn't. Nope, Bryce Young does it too. Bryce Young comes up 70 yards short, but both wide receivers that we take cash. And then Chris Olave gets there, even though he got injured twice, and he still caught 54 yards. So shout out to Olave for being a dog still. I don't know how many more times I'm going to take Olave because dude's always injured. But it's just a frustrating week again. Like, drives me insane. I mean, if 4 of these slips hit, we make 20 units instead of being down 20 units. And, like, we had 4 yards here, 7 yards here, 12 yards here. The backup tight end gets 67. Like, dude. Drake London injury. It's just so much shit that has gone wrong. And that's just part of it. I know it. This happens. Normally this shit happens to us in October, not the beginning of football season. I'm hoping they just switch this year and it's the start of football season's bad, but October's great. But yeah, I mean, just a frustrating first 2 weeks. We've had 19 slips go 3 of 4. 19 slips. That's 190 units. Maybe more because of 2-unit plays like this one. So it's at least 210 units or something, 200 units that is just stranded by one leg. And we're only down 34, so you figure we get 4 out of those 19 to go. Or 4 out of those 19 that went 3 of 4. If any 4 of those hit, we're up money right now. But we'll have a week where we hit fucking 8 of these, I hope, because we need it. But let me go ahead and show you all the math of why I do the quarterback wide receiver correlation, because to some of y'all, you probably think I'm fucking insane for continuing to do it. But it's only been 2 weeks. We've had a bad 2 weeks before, but not to start the season. But let's go through the math here. Passing props. So we'll use tonight's Monday Night Football game as an example. We'll take DJ Moore. Caleb Williams to DJ Moore, and we'll just say, like, Rome. I'm on Colston Loveland tonight, but we'll just say Rome for the heck of it. And then we'll go to a different game. Let's see, NFL. And then we'll just pick a prop, like whatever prop I want to pair with it that I really like, I will. So they don't have lines out for that one yet. I guess for the heck of it, I'll just use a Viking player. Okay, so say that I really liked Aaron Jones' receiving yards at 17.5. So this slip's going to pay out 6.64x on FanDuel, but this same slip would pay out 10x on Dabble. So you're seeing 3.5x of value, meaning if you take this slip 10 times, you're going to make 3.5 units per 10 slips. So you're going to risk 10 to make 13.5 units. Pretty much is the math behind it. Or, like, if you take Justin Jefferson, you're going to get better odds. You're going to get 6.2x, but you'd get 10x on Dabble. So that's the math behind it. FanDuel's literally telling you that this slip should be paying out 6.62x or 6.64x, whatever it was. Meanwhile, Dabble's going to give you 10x. So FanDuel has all the mathematicians, all the computer systems based off to tell you the odds of this play hitting is 6.64x. Meanwhile, Dabble's giving you 10x. So if you literally just listen to the computers in Vegas, they're telling you that you're finding a shit ton of value, which clearly we are, because our fucking hit rate on props is like 70% right now, and we're still down 34 units. I don't know how the fuck. Don't know. I really don't. But we've got work to do for week 3, week 2 of NFL, week 3 of college football. I can't take any more 3 of 4s. I really can't. I'd rather them all go 0 for 4, if I'm being fucking honest. Seeing 3 of 4 just literally hurts my heart. But I know it works, so like I said earlier in the beginning of the video, I'm not that worried. It's just a fucking bummer. It's just a bummer. But we move. We move. We have plenty of football left this year. We have, let's see, 4 months of college still, and 5 months, really 6 months of NFL. No, not 6, 5 months. 4 months of college, 5 months of NFL. So, plenty of money to be made still. This is going to work, I'm telling y'all. And I'm only posting this, to be honest, with myself and with y'all. But also, to show, whenever we actually win, that y'all know I'm not fucking lying. Because a lot of people lie. But I'm not lying. But yeah, we'll look at all the slips for pain and agony to go away. And once I post this video, I'm just not going to worry about these slips anymore. Because there's no point. It's already happened. It's already over. But week 2 slips, week 3 slips will start being sent out probably tomorrow if they have lines. If they have lines up tomorrow, we'll probably start working on them because we got a lot of value in last week. I was seeing quarterbacks bump like 15 to 20 yards after we took them. So I like to find value early in the week and keep going from there. But that's enough of my yap and pain session. If you want to join us, you probably don't want to right now, which is fair. We're down 34 units, but the only way is up now. So now is probably actually the perfect time to join us because we've gotten all the fucking chalk out of the way. But I don't know. We'll see. It'll probably take 2 or 3 weeks of waiting for y'all to want to join us, which is fine. But if you do want to join us, it'll be linked below. And the apps for a free 25. Dabble is giving free $25 to anybody that signs up with code Morrisbros. Sleeper is going to give you a deposit match up to $100 whenever you sign up with code Morrisbros. So those will be linked below. And where to find all our plays at will be linked below as well. So appreciate y'all watching. Very, very painful week. I'm sorry to the people in premium. I really am. I normally say that I'm not the one playing out there, but I still feel really bad because this is bullshit. But I'm hurting just as much as y'all, so maybe more. I'm just more so pissed off because I know this shit works. But we'll see you in week 3. All right, that's all I got for week 2's recap. Week 1 recap is posted from last week. I think it was Monday too. So if you want to go watch that one too, you can see how many 3 or 4s we had as well. But yeah, I'm going to be done crying about this. I'm deleting all these slips out of my fucking site. And we're going to get rolling for week 3 here starting tomorrow after today's Monday night game. Hopefully today's Monday night game's good to us. We deserve it. But, yeah. All right. That's all I got for y'all. Appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Y'all have a good one.